today, as you can tell by the title, it's going to be a glam makeup tutorial. It is going to be like a makeup tutorial for post-lockdown. That is what I'm saying it as, because I actually have changed a couple of things that I use. I do actually have my makeup bag full of all my stuff because I just have it all in the bag. Also, ignore my hairline. I did have to spray some root spray on it because I currently have brown roots, and this is the natural colour of my actual hair, but my roots are just a mess, and I just made my forehead look 10 times bigger, which we don't really care about because makeup's gonna fix that anyway. I also have patchy tan. Let's just ignore it. We're just gonna get on with the video. Hope you enjoy, and stay tuned for new products and whatnot. Right, so for base, I already actually washed and moisturised my face literally a couple hours ago, and I'm just gonna leave it at that because I don't really want to do like too much, because I don't really do too much with like skin prep when like I'm going out and stuff. I do use a primer, however. This is the primer that I'm pretty sure I've showed before. It's the Morphe Equalizer primer. I do actually just put this on my nose. I don't actually put it anywhere else because my nose is the place where I get the most oiliest. I get the most kind of like whatever. I'm going to put a bit on my forehead as well. I might as well. But my nose is where I get the most oiliest. I get like clogged pores, which I like to fill out, which sounds really disgusting, like my nose and my cheeks. I actually just put too much on my face, so I have ended up putting it all over my face, but we'll just pretend that I haven't. I'm gonna use a makeup wipe to get this off my fingers because it's like a silicone based primer. I'm pretty sure it feels like a silicone based primer. But this blurs and softens imperfections, instantly makes skin feel smooth, and it's free of oils and parabens apparently. But that is the primer that I use before I go in with any foundation and eyebrow products. Because you know, like when you do your eyebrows and then like you try and put like moisturizer and primer around them and you get it in them and then it like smudges them and just whatever. I can't stand that, so I usually just put mine on prior so that I'm then ready for the rest of the makeup. So as for the first step that I do, I always do eyebrows first. Some people are the other way around and I don't understand how. I know obviously it's personal preference, but I just personally have to go in with eyebrows first so that I can like have them there and then like carve them out and then put, do you know what I mean? Well, actually I'm using a different product this time. I'm using the Revolution Pro eyebrow pomade. This is what it looks like. This is the shade. I'm showing you this like I'm an actual beauty guru, which I'm not obviously, but this is a medium dark brown, and I'm going to use this. This is my holy grail pomade. If you watched my last video, you'll know that the e.l.f. one I've been using loads, but we're going to use this one because I haven't used this one in a little while. It is quite dry. However, a tip for that is take a bit of baby oil, pour it in and leave it overnight, and then go in with a tissue and like dab it off, and it is so creamy and smooth. I haven't done that in a while though, and that is very dry. I'm just going to use a bit of setting spray in mine because that is very dry. Wow. So I'm going to just use this with a very, very, very light hand. I have got a little mirror in front of us, but I've got a giant mirror in front of us, and here's me trying to use this little thing. So like I say, I'm just going in with a light hand. So I do still like to keep it quite natural, but I also do like it to be a bit more full coverage than maybe like a fluffy brow and whatnot. Just personally because obviously I feel like when you've got like full glam on, I love a natural brow. However, I also love a bit more of a deeper brow, do you know what I mean? A bit more of a defined brow. So that is what I'm doing with this. I'm going to do the other eyebrow and we'll be back. I don't want to ramble on too much this video, and I also don't want to bore you, so I'm just trying to get this over and done with as quick as possible, do you know what I mean? Right, so that's kind of how I'm leaving it for the eyebrows. I don't really want to do like too much. I am going to carve them out and whatnot as well. And I do go in as well with a spoolie like while I'm doing them, just to like blend this bit back out, do you know what I mean? I have a couple of options for concealers which I'm going to show you. So when I do a bit more of a full coverage makeup, that usually like, you know, like glam makeup, whatever you want to call it, that usually implies obviously a more full coverage product being used, whether it's foundation, concealer, a thicker primer, a better setting powder, whatever it may be. I have the Revolution Conceal and Fix in medium beige. This is a really, really, really good thick coverage concealer. I wouldn't prefer to use this as like an eyeshadow base. I'm not a makeup artist either. Before anybody starts coming for it, like I use that as a makeup art, like as an eyeshadow base, and it's great. I can't seem to use it, but also like I say, I am not a makeup artist, so this also does only come in about 4 shades, I'm pretty sure. Mine's like quite a good match for me. Or I will use the L'Oreal Infallible. This is a thicker concealer than my Morphe ones. My Morphe ones I prefer for just like every single day, but this is in Biscuit. This is quite an alright shade. But yes, I'm going to use this to carve up my eyebrows. I'm going to conceal my eyebrows and I'll be back when they're done because that's just boring. So that is how I'm leaving the eyebrows. I don't want to do too much, and I also don't want to conceal them too much. And then, do you know, like when you look at them, you're like, they're not 100%, but then you start going in too much and they just look 10 times worse. But yeah, we're just going to move on to foundation. Now I have a couple different ones. I do love this one from Primark. It is a stick foundation, and it is in the shade Toffee. It's a really, really nice tan colour. My fake tan has practically run away. I have already mentioned that. Not going to use that today, but this is actually really good if you want to use it under a foundation to like kind of conceal like spots and whatnot, if you didn't necessarily want to use like a cream concealer. I'm just going to rub this off the back of my hand. So this is probably my favourite one. Once again, this is for a tanned Alexis. Usually I am always tanned, however obviously during lockdown I've kind of gone off the tan a little bit and just been a bit like, what is the actual point? But obviously I am going to use it today because it's my favourite one, and I would normally have a tan on if I was going out. As a mixer-upper, this is just going to be my normal foundation combo. However, I am also going to conceal under the skin. I'm going to use the Morphe concealer in C2.25. This is a bit dark, but this is okay to wear under the foundation. Just on here, there's nowhere else that really needs it. They're just like little marks and stuff. I don't really want to cover them up. It's just more like the redness. Yeah, so we're going to use the Dream Urban Cover foundation in 126 Nude Beige, and we're going to use the Ordinary foundation in 2.1Y, which I actually do want to purchase a whole bunch more of these shades, and obviously like lighter colours and stuff, but it's trying to obviously get my hands on them as well, because on PLT I can order them and get them like free next day delivery because I've got like royalty on there. However, it's whether they've actually got them in stock. You can order them off Beauty Bay, you can get them off ASOS, places like that. Anyway, back to concealer. I'm going to use the same concealer that I used before. This is for the under eyes. I'm going to use the Infallible one. Why am I such a mess for? I'm going to use the Infallible one on my inner corners. I've seen everybody been doing this like this and then like this, which I love the look of. However, I just you know what I mean. I'm going to use the darker one in the middle, connect them in the middle. Right, I've just applied my concealer. I'm just going back over with the foundation brush just to kind of blend it all together nice and seamlessly. And we're going to go in with cream contour now, which, can I just add, has to be my favourite part, because I feel like when I'm looking a bit too pale and I'm just a bit like, oh, I just want my makeup to just come together, I do prefer to use a cream contour now. Like I say, this is the one that I always use. This is my holy grail. This is my baby. I do look very discoloured, don't I? I also have foundation on my top. We're going to pretend that's not that. But yeah, that's all I'm going to do for the face. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to spray a bit of setting spray as well, which I like to do just to kind of like lock the liquids in. Right, so that is it of all the liquids. I am also going to powder as well. I'm going to bake the under eyes and a little bit under the cheekbones. I'm going to bake using this powder, which I just realised I just shook it and it's probably already full. I bet you anything it's already full. That is an actual joke. This is a Morphe R31 as well, just saying foundation brush. The contour brush that I use is literally the contour brush from Real Techniques. This is Peaches and Cream PC25, best foundation brush. I just want to spit that again. I'm just going to take a bit more of the translucent powder and I'm just going to dust this over the face. The bronzer that I'm using is the City bronzer. This is from Maybelline. This is probably my favourite bronzer I've ever actually used. So nice. This is in the shade Deep Cool 300. And I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to, never used to do this, but I've actually started doing it more now. This is a big brush, that's why. So as for mascara, I'm going to use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is just the plain black one, I'm sure. But this is the mini one. How nice is this bristle? Oh, I love it. I don't actually usually curl my eyelashes, but if I were going out, I probably would, just to keep them a bit more up, because I have quite long eyelashes, so usually I will just kind of curl them to give them obviously a bit more of a curl. Mascara is done, it's on the eyes, and now we're going to do lips. So for lips, honeymoon lip liner. I do also have a lip gloss. I like to use this one, the That Swell. It's very empty basically. You can use this before and then obviously like plump up your lips a bit. This is just the normal one though. This isn't like the extra large one, but I've got honeymoon lip liner. I'll show you a couple actually. So we've got Borderline. This is Peaches and Creams. This is actually quite a nice colour. I could have used that. We've got this little twisty one which is from W7. This is in Rust. I've got this one as well, the W7 one, but I think I am going to use honeymoon. I was going to switch it up, but this is my holy grail. This one's actually probably going to be done soon. I'm going to line my lips and I'll be back. How pretty does the lip liner on its own look? Right, I've done a bit of lip liner. I'm going to put some lipstick in the middle. I'm going to use my MAC Velvet Teddy and put this. So this is either the one lip combo I can go for, or I will put a gloss over the top of it. It's a clear one or this one, which I might actually do. I also have this one. This one's really, really nice. This is a bit similar to this one, but obviously this one's a bit more of like pinky. This one is very quite clear. I'm going to quickly show you just for reference. This one's so pretty. And then this one's a lot more like pinky. So this is this one, and this is the Morphe one. I'm going to put a little bit of this on actually. I'm going to do a little bit of highlighter as well, just on the tip of the nose. This is the makeup tutorial done. This is literally like, some people will find this really basic and boring, but this is literally what I wear when I go out and whatnot. Obviously lip combos may differ, but as of like base and stuff like that, I forgot I do actually need to put some setting spray on. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This is of course just the makeup that I do whenever I'm going out anywhere, preferably post lockdown. I just love this. The lip combo, the skin, just I don't know, eyebrows, everything. I don't actually wear eyeshadow anymore. I used to, but I just kind of fell out of love with eyeshadow. So if anybody knows of any nice palettes that I can actually buy that are preferably gonna get us back into it and actually make us want to do eyeshadow again, that would be absolutely great. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment down below any video suggestions or anything. Subscribe because it means the world to me and more. That sounded really sarcastic, but it wasn't meant to be. And I'll see you again next time for another video. Look at that, pale hands. But